morning. It's about 6 in the morning from our trailer, and we are hooking up the car hauler trailer to the truck right now. That's what Nick's doing. We're going to go rent a mini excavator in town. We got a lot of trenching to do, and then we're gonna pick up a ton of lumber and start making some magic around here. Start getting all the essentials set up so that we're good to go. It's exciting. You know, we need water, power. We already got the septic in for sewer, so let's make magic. The sun's coming up and we're on our way into town. But first, we must stop at the grocery store and get a donut.
Bubba, how do you say it?
Excavator.
Excavator, not excavator.
You want chocolate on your face.
No way.
Excavator. Excavator? Excavator.
How do you guys say it?
Excavator.
There's no S in it. So we just rented a Mini X Kubota. I don't know if you can see it, it's really small, but it'll do what we need to do. And then we'll return it in a week. Never rented one before, so this should be interesting, but fun at the same time. Well, we got the mini excavator up here and we were able to fit all of our lumber inside the trailer. I was kind of worried about it. It's quite a bit. We got all the sheets of OSB right there for our solar shed, and then that's all the lumber to build it. So we're gonna stick it all in the container behind me. So just in case it rains, it might rain the next couple days.
So we cleaned out the whole garage, and then we brought all the wood in for the pump house and the solar shed. And this bad boy is gonna help me build my house, along with my sexy husband Nick over there. Let's do it.
This is my first time.
I don't know either, I've never used an excavator.
What if I put that thing down there? You know what I mean? So it's like catching me?
Why don't you just turn it around and drive it off backwards? And I'll let you know if you're on the tracks or not.
I feel like this thing's like tilted. Mini Mini X unloaded back here where we're gonna do trenching. Our plan is to run electrical and water lines in the same trench. Code is it has to be 12 inches apart, and we have an 18-inch bucket, so we should be good. The water has to be 36 inches deep, 12 inches past the frost line, so we're gonna go 36. We marked out with yellow paint where we're gonna put each, and we're gonna trench down the side of our warehouse here all the way to this mark right here, and then we're going to do a Y. The water line is going to go this way. So this is where our pump shed and solar shed is going to be, and this side of it is where our like pump house area is, and our water tank's going to be over here. So we're going to have all this on this side, so we'll separate it, and then at that Y we're going to come back on this corner of the pump house, and the electrical is going to be here, and there's going to be a separate room for the solar components. So we'll bring the solar electrical lines from there, and then also the other part of solar we're going to trench all the way over to that side over there. We'll show you it later, but that's where our array is going to be. We're going to trench all the way across the road all the way over to here. So let's get to work.
So we have to trench 36 inches down, but the problem here at our pad is that we have these huge boulders that you almost have to break apart in order to pull out. So if you see us tap, 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 tap on the rocks, that's the reason why. Like these. Just trying our hardest to break all of these apart, because they're usually all one big, huge boulder. Really hard to do. I'm already feeling like a wuss that needs water, and I need to go down like a foot in that one little area right there.
Well, it's been a few hours since we picked up the camera. We had to run into town and get some packages and do a few things, get some gas for our generator. But right now, I'm about to start treating pipe conduit for electrical conduit for our solar system. Our solar array is going right at the end of this trench. So I pretty much have all the pipe laid in there. I just have to run it all the way up to our solar shed up there. So I'm about to start gluing all these things together and getting everything ready so I can backfill everything and get our road access back. My first time doing this. I got some Christie's hot glue and purple primer. See how this goes. Wish me luck. I read the directions. It says to put the primer on both sides and then put the glue on both sides, put it in, quarter turn, hold it for 30 seconds, and then you're good to go. I got an adjustable wrench. These things are on there way too tight for me. Let's see what we got here. Here's the primer. Holy cow. My hands are gonna be purple after this. Oh, this is that blue stuff. Here we go. put it on there real good. A little bit more. All right. So, quarter turn, hold it. Okay. Really quick, I wanted to mention that when you're doing conduit, remember you're gonna have to run electrical lines through it. You wanna make sure the electrical conduit has the like bulged out on one side and the other is just regular, so you can stick it in, you know what I mean? Stick the other end into here. So make sure that whatever way you run your lines, that you're not gonna get caught up on the little edge inside there with your wires and that type of thing. So if you have like we have a 100-foot run right here where we have to pull our wires through, the last thing I want is our wires to get caught up on a little edge and like the string break or something like that. And then at that point, I don't even know what you do. Just retrench everything and redo it. Like, I don't even know how you would do it. So make sure that you think about that before. So for us, the solar shed, I'm not gonna have a ton of room to be pulling in there because I'm in a little room. But over here, I mean, literally I'm out like right here. I'm out in the middle of nothing. I can tie my truck to it or my Can-Am to it or whatever and just pull it right through. So anyway, something to think about. Good morning and welcome back to our homestead up here in southern Utah. Today we're gonna continue with putting in water lines and electrical conduit and backfilling. Hopefully we can finish up everything today. And also I hope that we have all the fittings that we need so I don't have to drive 45 minutes back into town, but if we have to, we will. I'm trying to get this all done today. Get this place looking normal again. After that's done, then we're gonna do forms for our solar shed. It's already kind of set up here. I'll show you. Here's our forms, kind of roughly laid out. They're just kind of sitting there right now. I was trying to make sure that all the trenching would be available for everything. And then we're just gonna lay the pipe and conduit and all these lines right here. Sorry, that generator's kind of loud. But over here, over there, this one's done. Electrical right to over there. That's where our array is gonna be. And let's get to work. So this one's pretty much plumbed in. It's all glued together and everything. I'm over in this corner right now. I have this Y or this T angle right here. This way is gonna go towards the house whenever we get done building it and we need to get water in there. We're gonna just have to dig back into here and trench all the way to the house. But for now, we just put a cap over it. We're going over this way and there's gonna be a spigot right here coming up. I have all this stuff to do a spigot. So I'm gonna start doing that right now. And there's a few tips that I learned just from online searching and stuff like that to make it so it's not like so it's sturdy when it's up above ground. A 2x10, you could use a 2x6, a 2x8, whatever. And I'm gonna stick this underneath here. And I have these 1-inch clamps. I think these are meant for electrical conduit, but it was what I had. So I'm gonna do that. And I'm gonna drill obviously these things are way too long, but it's gonna go into the dirt, so I don't really care. So this is just gonna, once I put the dirt on top of here, it's gonna act like an anchor, I guess, on a boat. You just shoot one in the side here. I don't know if I can squeeze it all the way down. I don't want to break the PVC pipe. It's pretty solid. And I got one more. I'm going to put it in the back over here. And then that'll give us like a winching point, an anchor point. So once the dirt's all over it, shouldn't go anywhere as far as up and down. And then I have a Dunner solution for like back and forth. All right, next, I'm gonna do the water spigot here. So just to ensure that the water spigot's facing the right direction, I'm gonna attach this to here first and then glue it in there. That way once I glue it, I can twist it and get it in the right spot. So now I'm gonna put some glue on here. I don't know if I need to, but just to be safe, I don't really know. I'm just gonna do it. I want this thing to leak. Go. And then I'm twist this on here. Shouldn't need a wrench, I don't think. I don't want to break this thing off. I pretty much bottomed it out anyway, so. Okay, next, gotta put some glue here, there, and then put this thing down. And then I'm gonna put a stake down right next to it and then wire it to the stake just to help it from wiggling a little bit. It might wiggle a little bit, but still, it's better than just leaving it the way it is, because this dirt's really gravelly, so it's not gonna be like super compacted like if it was just soil. I thought I was recording the whole time I did that, but I didn't, so I'll just show you what I did. So you saw me put those on, tacked as an anchor, and then I put this stake in here. It's just like a stake for doing concrete. And I just had some safety wire, and I just wired the crap out of it. So it's pretty sturdy. I mean, once we get the dirt in there, it's gonna make it a lot better, but I wasn't able to get that thing down all the way. So I gotta cut it off, and it's like solid steel, so that should be fun. 6 or 8 inches of gravel, let me show you. So on the side of a spigot, you have this drain hole. If I was in concrete, I'd have to run a line outside the concrete. But since we're in gravel and dirt, that thing's just gonna seep out like as a little bit. It's like a drain. So that's always gonna be there. So I'm gonna add a little bit of rocks just to go above this, and then backfill it after that.
Hey guys, I'm back in the trenches again, and like we had said, it has to be 36 inches, and then the lines have to be apart. But I'm gonna start putting some soil on top of the PVC pipe and try to keep all those big boulders away from it. So that's why we're not just like backfilling with the tractor, because there's those big huge boulders in it that'll break the PVC pipe. So I'm gonna go ahead and just put some soil lightly down on top of the PVC pipe so it'll be covered up.
We broke the spigot when we were trying to get it in, so I gotta go get a new fitting, so that's still has to be done.
On the agenda.
So we're just gonna put in the electrical conduit right here. This is the line that's gonna go from our solar equipment to the house or the RV until the house is built. So we're gonna run this just to make sure we have all the fittings, because we're gonna go into town, because it's like 45 minutes into town, and we've gone like the last 3 days to get stuff. So,
and tomorrow's Sunday, so everything in the town is shut down.
Yeah, so we have to make sure we have everything. We're gonna put this in and then kind of eliminate any things that we need by just putting it in, so we know that we have everything. And after that, we're gonna head into town. But first, we're gonna put the smoker on and put some delicious tri-tip on, so we can have that for dinner.
you for following our journey. I hope you like and subscribe to Life Elevated Off Grid. See you again next week.